What is going on, YouTube? Pass the prop back here again. It is NBA. We are back. It is finally after All-Star break. It feels like forever that we've been back on a show here live. Joined as always by my guy Stu. How was your All-Star break, man?
Uneventful. Everyone celebrates going outside, touching grass. I don't like touching grass. I like betting on sports, so it is what it is. I'm happy we're back. I miss talking into the void for 40 minutes 3 times a week, obviously. So it's good to be back here. It's good to have you guys back in the chat. And yeah, I'm excited to bet on some sports, excited to have a full slate and get back to what we do best.
Yeah, no, it was a little crazy weekend. Shout out my boy. I gotta give my shouts to my boy Ludwig. Finally got to bet on him to win. So I ended up having a decent weekend. Free play is going to turn around here shortly. We'll get there. I ain't worried about that. But talking about free plays, we had a hell of a show to finish off. So we haven't even recapped our last show just because there really wasn't anything to bet on some of those days when we had all that stuff. So we can get into that right now. I'm pulling up mine. I'll just get my L out of the way. I believe it was another blowout that got me again. James Harden did not come in for his last stint. Or maybe he came in, but it was for like a minute, and then it was the under 4 timeout, and he sat the rest of the game. So I ended up missing that one. I was really curious. I don't know if you saw the thumbnail. Did you see the thumbnail of today's video, Sue?
I did not see it.
It was big bad Ben Simmons over there. I think that actually is going to affect me not betting Harden as much because, fuck, dude, that guy was just stacking peripherals. Yep. And it almost looked like he cared about basketball in that game, which you don't see very much from him. So definitely something that I'm going to have to look at going forward because they just bench Zubac. So I don't know if they're just going to bench him a lot more often now when they play athletic centers or play teams that don't go big. But it was pretty weird to see Zubac being unbelievable this year. Just absolutely do nothing and not even play.
That's interesting. I need to rewatch that then. I didn't even pick up on that Simmons was stealing some rotational spots.
Oh, he played like 28 minutes, 26 minutes?
Because that's a good point. Because maybe like Zubac tonight has value, right, against the Bucks. He may be taken over, and then maybe next game that line gets inflated a little bit. They play a smaller athletic team. That might be a great kind of opportunity to get ahead of the market, where people don't realize this yet. Because like you said, he's been so good that nobody would think that he's going to lose minutes for Ben Simmons. But if that's actually the case, then, we should probably try to take advantage. So interesting. That's a good call. Going to have to look out for that.
Yeah, I wouldn't have even known that unless I was just absolutely hating this bet for that reason. Because it was every assist. It was going through Simmons. And I'm like, that's 6 assists right there. And he was a high usage guy coming through there, so it was tough to watch. But luckily, I didn't have any. Zubac was super popular on that show. I just remember everybody talking about him, so it was tough to watch just to see him just sitting on the bench. He came in for one play before it went to overtime. Right, it went to overtime. He came in for one play on defense. And came in to guard the ball and then went and sat back down. I'm like, what are we doing here, dude, Tyron? What are we doing here? So at least we got our one L out of the way. We can kind of talk about some other winners we had on the show.
Hell yeah.
It was this one first.
Yep, Keyshawn George, couple threes off the bat. Then I think got a little foul trouble. Then came back in and got in the third quarter. Shout out Keyshawn George. Curious to see how they line him after the All-Star break because I think this is a guy that his trajectory is really only going to go upwards for the rest of the year. You get Kyle Kuzma out of there, you give a guy like this a chance to play more. So definitely someone to be looking out for in the future.
Yes, sir. We got our Bulls. They continue to be first half wagons. Oh my God, dude, these guys are they're fun to watch, man. They suck, but God, they play no defense, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It was actually pretty impressive that these guys just continually just suck defensively. But, hey, good for overs. So cash that one. And the Thompson brother.
Yeah, man. I mean, shout out to these guys. These guys make me a lot of money, except in the Rising Stars game. Fuck them. I take that back, actually. Oh, my God. I can't believe I didn't. This is the only thing I bet the All-Star week. I bet that stupid Rising Star tournament where the Thompson twins, Bilal, These guys have like 10 lockdown defenders on their team, and they lose to the fucking G League team because they missed 5 free throws in a row with the game on the line. Not only did they not cover my -4, they lost the game because they couldn't make a fucking free throw. And that's looking at you, Thompson twins. What the hell? These guys are the most athletic guys in the fucking league, and we can't make a free throw? Choose one, jumper or free throw. You got to learn how to make one of those. So, sorry, rant out the way. He did cash this ticket very easily. So, shout out to him for that. But then I did lose that money back on that stupid Rising Star game. So, I learned my lesson. No more all-star betting. I didn't do anything for the rest of the weekend after that. It's just only Friday. So, and also, I've never watched hockey in my life. I don't care about hockey. The NBA needs to wake the hell up. You're getting washed by these dudes. The whole world is excited. Even I have positive things to say about hockey. That's never happened before. The way they're making people energized about this, getting people fired up. And we have you losers dribbling a basketball, wasting everyone's time, running 500 ads. Like, I don't know, man. I didn't really watch much All-Star break, but this better wake you guys the fuck up. I mean, you're getting dusted by hockey. What's going on, guys? Come on.
Yeah, I don't. They have an All-Star game, though. For hockey, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Still. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is just like a middle of the year, like, international thing. It's tough though because I don't know what the international leagues are in. Like, I don't know if they are going right now. They'd have to kind of talk to each other. The thing about hockey is, I mean, there's a lot of American hockey players, but most of it's international. If you look at it, like and that's the tough part.
Yeah, well, we can just do U.S. versus the world in the NBA. The world team might even be better than the U.S. team.
Yeah, I think they'd be a lot better. Like,
it would be fun, man.
Rolling Wemby and Jokic on the same team. Like, come on, bro. Yeah. That shit's over now.
It's not even about All-Star. It's that they took your weekend. They saw NBA All-Star week. They weren't scared. They said, we'll do something on that weekend, and they fucking kicked your ass. That's crazy. Yeah. That's crazy. And they already happened to him on Christmas, too. NFL walked into your crib, slapped you. NHL walked into your crib, slapped you. Got to do something about this, guys. We got to get some changes here.
Yeah,
that's the fix.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd watch that, bro.
I would. 1v1 tournament would be fun. That would be real fun.
These guys have
but imagine getting Anthony Edwards in there. He's not fucking around. He's not going to lose a 1v1 to fucking Jalen Duren. That's not who I meant to say. I meant to say Jalen Brunson. Sorry. But still, you know what I mean? Like, these are things fans want to see. I'm not saying that would fully save it, but I think a 1v1 tournament is the best way, short term, to get these guys to care. Because you don't have to care in 5v5. You're going to fucking care in 1v1 with all those cameras rolling.
Yeah. Well, we'll get rolling back in here. We did get you to cash one of our long shots with the play plus 350. Cash is 1.75 units here on the show. I'll let you talk about it a little bit.
Yeah, sorry for derailing right there. I know we got to be a little quicker today. But yeah, love Clay. Shout out to him. Got the job done in the revenge game here. This wasn't like, I don't want to take too much credit. This wasn't the most genius pick in the world. It was obvious. This Clay Thompson in a matchup, he crushed him twice early in the year, revenge game. We got it all right here. So shout out to Clay. Not even a sweat on the long shot. Got the job done nice and easy right here.
Yes, sir. And I'm still pissed. My boy Nas got me 21, I think. 21 points. Sabonis got his 16 rebounds. Pretty damn close for a plus 900. So feeling pretty good about that spot. But yeah, we head into today's slate. Big slate. Not every team is in action, but kind of sucks. We got a lot of like pretty fast spreads on some of these. I mean, we see a 16, a 15. Stu, what game are you looking forward to most before we get into our bets?
That's a good question. I mean, it's kind of the chalk, right? I mean, it's got to be Celtics Sixers just because we get a little bit of a high leverage matchup. Obviously, a lot of big names in that one. I mean, I don't love betting on either of these two teams. So, like, they're not, but like from a basketball perspective, I think that's going to be my favorite. From like a most bets, probably like Hawks Magic. That'll be fun. I'm a new fan of these teams that have like new looks in the second half, traded guys away, a little bit different rosters. Those are the kind of teams I want to be betting on right now.
Yeah, for sure. I think mine definitely is you know how I go on these, bro. You know I can't pick a good game. I'm definitely saying the Pacers game, bro. 251? When's the last time we've seen a 250 total?
It's true.
No, it's going up. It opened at 249.5 because the book's like, hey, nobody's gonna bet that, right? On the over. And it's at 251 now. So it's like they know. Nobody's playing defense in that game. So I think we head into today's slate with a 250 total, a 13-point favorite in the Cavs, a 12.5 Knicks, and a 16 for the Nuggets. So it's play those props and blowouts at your own risk. You're gonna have to kind of make that adjustment, right? So let's get this going. So I'll kick it over to you to start us off. You have a bet on a guy here that is no longer with one of those teams. So I'll let you kick it over there.
Yep, sounds good. We're going to Karis LeVert to start the show off. I bet on this guy last game against the Knicks, cashed right there. Playing the Magic, obviously not the best matchup in the world, but what I do like about the Magic is they'll give you single coverage, they'll give you one-on-one opportunities. I mean, people are going to point to like minutes and a lot of things like that, and like the increased usage. I think he's at 18% usage through his first 2 games. I mean, you can have as many stats as you want. Like, the reasoning here is really simple. Atlanta needs shot creators. When you're an NBA team, you need people that can create your own shot, right? When you have Trae Young out there, fantastic distributor, fantastic scorer, he's the full package on the first team. He's going to set guys up. When you look beyond that, who's actually like creating for themselves on this team? Because you traded the guys, and the guys that are injured were the guys that could do that before. Hunter obviously was the bench creator, 6th man of the year contender at the top of the list right there. And now I think LeVert's just easily going to step into that role as a guy that's going to be, when Trae Young's off the court, he's going to carry a lot of usage. He's going to see an increased role. And if we're getting fucking 30 minutes a game, I mean, this is a great range for Karis LeVert. Like, he opened last game, I want to say at like 15.5 points, rebounds. I kind of expected a little bit more of a dramatic shift after that game, to be honest. I think one thing that's surprising to a lot of people is the rebounding as well, how good it's been. 8 and 10 rebounds in his last 2 games against the Magic and the Knicks. For me, normally, I would not be including rebounds here, to be completely honest, but against a team like the Magic, in a matchup where I am expecting a lot of defense, a lot of those, kind of short mid-range shots, I think there's going to be a lot of rebounding opportunities for the guards. And we saw that in the last game as well, where like the Magic, like they kind of, because they're not the biggest team, like they have some size, but they don't have like a dominant center necessarily. They're really good at boxing out. They're kind of keeping centers away from dominating rebounds. And when your center's not dominating rebounds, obviously other people have to step up. And that's kind of an effort thing at that point, which guards are showing effort. I mean, LeVert was just traded here and 8 and 10 rebounds. So, I mean, like the effort's there, you know what I mean? And now we're coming off All-Star break. I think there's probably going to be some more misses than people are used to. I don't know if you saw last game how ugly that was. If you're betting a lot of overs today, I would just be more selective. You know what I'm saying? Because I think there's going to be some ugly shots, a little bit of rust people have to wear off. Nobody is perfect their first day after break in any job. Think of your own office, right? Nobody's coming in at 100%. So I do think there's going to be some extra rebounding opportunities. I like the upside there, especially when he's been so impactful on the board so far. But yeah, I do like the matchup. They need scores. He's over this number in points alone in each of his first 2 games, right? In full games with this team, 18 and 20. So, I mean, you got 18 points alone against the Magic. Like, it's not a great matchup. They have tons of good guard defenders out there, but it's about usage, it's about volume, and it's about opportunity. And there is freaking opportunity on this Hawks team. And last thing, they don't play defense. So we're going to be in a good environment for scoring. Like, they're not really stopping people on the other side. So there's going to be some pace. There's going to be some extra transition opportunities, and a high usage guy that's going to lead the second unit and kind of be impactful in multiple different ways is someone that I definitely want to bet on. I don't think the market has quite caught up. I probably would have set this line at like 19.5, honestly. I would have been a little bit more aggressive coming out the gate on Karis LeVert right here, but I do think there's value at 17.5. And yeah, I like backing Karis LeVert once again.
Yeah, no, you get to see this Hawks team, especially without Jalen Johnson, man. Still, obviously, him being out is massive, but a lot of threes going to be thrown up in this one. So definitely like this for those smaller guys getting rebounds. I'm going to be heading to one of my boys, one of my guys I've been playing at nauseum this year. I'm going to Tyrese Maxey. I know it's a tough matchup. We got the Celtics, right? They're at home. Actually, he gets a spot going back to Philly today. I actually really have been very impressed with Tyrese Maxey, right? I mean, obviously, he's been out of this world since since Embiid plays 10% of the games. So when he is in there, he's going to pretty much have to do everything. I think that we're going to see what would you give Embiid? 28 minutes again, right? I mean, that's the thing is they've been playing him, but he's not getting his full role yet, his full run. And I understand it. He's as injury prone as it gets, but Tyrese Maxey, I mean, he does not give a shit, dude. This dude's playing 40 minutes in regulation regularly. And when we look at these numbers for him with Embiid, I'm only going to use the last 4 games because Embiid's only played the last 4 games before he had a huge drop-off. He still had 11 potential assists in those games, right? He's still getting the ball out of his hand when needed. My thing is we just talked about 11 potential assists per game in these last 4 spots. That's against Miami, Milwaukee, Detroit, and Toronto. In Toronto, he only played 34 minutes because he had some foul trouble. But also in those games with the 11 potential assists, 28, 23, and 20 shot attempts in 3 of those games. Like this dude is throwing up shots, right? Just look at who else they have. If you take out, you're getting like 15, 16 minutes without Embiid on the floor. He's fighting with shots with Kelly Oubre is his number 2 option, right? What is Paul George? Paul George ain't shit anymore, dude. That guy sucks. I watched that game where he scored 2 points. And what are we doing here, dude? Like, I was baffled at how bad he was. I think Kelly Oubre is probably, like, right now doing more for that team, significantly more than Paul George has been. And I'm going to be rolling with Maxey here. Obviously, tough matchup for Embiid, right? Boston won the top 10 paint points in the paint spots here in this one. Drew Holiday used to be kind of a scary guard there, but he's just not playing that much anymore. So that's 20 minutes with him getting guarded by him. And Maxey really is he's matchup proof at this point, man. This guy is just honestly just shooting enough threes, getting enough. He's getting a lot of free throws too. I was surprised to see he's almost taking 6 free throws a game this month. And obviously shooting over 90% in those spots to go along with like a 40% 3-point range or 40% the first couple months. And then I think he's at 37 this month. So the dude's a sniper. I get what you're saying about time off and stuff in those. We could see some rust there, but dude, he's hit 30 points. I can look on here how many 30-point games this dude's been hitting, and that would catch everything. In the last month, right, we go to February 2nd. That's 6. This is a 6-game sample size. He's hit 30 points. He would have cleared this prop 4 times on just points. We're not even looking at the assist numbers. So, in one of the games that he didn't hit 30, he had 7 assists. He had 27 and 7. So we would have still hit this number. So I just think the usage is unmatched. The amount of minutes he's playing in regulation is crazy. I think he's coming out here with a vengeance, going to continue to put up absolutely crazy numbers. Dude's just quietly throwing up, 28 and 6? Just because everybody's talking about Embiid, everybody's talking about how bad Paul George is. Well, how about we talk about how good Tyrese Maxey has been? He's been an absolute beast this year.
Yeah, definitely agreed. And when you look at kind of attacking the Celtics too, like what would you rather, like I feel like guards are probably who I'd rather, especially 3-point shooting guards, than like a guy that has to score in like the paint and go down through multiple levels and get past Porzingis. Like it's a little bit of a tougher matchup. I do like the free throw thing too. I think that's a good point. Anytime guys are making like efforts, like, and you can't know if a guy's making an effort technically unless you read an interview or something, but when you see like the clear uptick in getting to the line and those drives, like that's not something that happens by accident. The coaching staff's normally on these guys, get to the line, and that's what we want as bettors, right? You want free throws. It's called free throws for a reason. Listen up, Thompson twins, free throws for a reason. But definitely like it right here. I mean, it's kind of corny, but it's true in every sport. When you get all-stars playing each other, they kind of rise to the occasion in games like this. And this is going to be the primetime game of the night, the most all-stars. And the gravity that Embiid has opens up so many opportunities for Maxey. Like the shot quality with versus without Embiid is just so different. And when you're so used to handling brutal shot quality, when you get improved open looks, it's just going to show in the efficiency. You're going to look even better. So Maxey's a stud. Should be a great game tonight.
Yeah, no, for sure. And that's the reason why I pulled up his potential assists on the games with Embiid, because he does get a lot of those paint touches into those assists. Yeah. So he's pretty much got to do everything when he's not when Embiid's off the floor, which, like I said, 26 to 28 minutes. And they do a good job of rotating those guys with Embiid out there when Maxey isn't, which there's not much time that he isn't, but he will be out there for those minutes that he's not. So, Stu, did you tell me another play? I don't know if I fucked it up.
I don't think I told you the exact market. I'll reveal it to you and everyone at the same time. We're doing Kevin Durant's over 30.5 points plus assists. And I like KD a lot today. I was deciding between points and points plus assists, but he's got a very safe baseline of assist and then a fairly good upside if they do decide to kind of double him, right? He goes from kind of these 4-assist game to these 9-assist game. And when you look at his minutes, I mean, heading into the break, 42, 43, 46, 33, 40, 40, 39. I mean, come on. Like, the Suns are not in a good place right now. They don't have depth. So 36-year-old Kevin Durant has to go out there and play 40 minutes a night. And it's kind of working. I mean, he's been good, right? They took some L's going into the break, obviously. They definitely need to come out with like a scorched like mindset. You need to come out here like aggressive because you cannot keep affording to lose kind of these silly games if you want to be a legitimate contender. And obviously, the West is interesting right now. It's super competitive. But yeah, this is a big game right here. And what I like, there is a little bit of narrative as well with him returning. I forget what the place is called. The place he played his college ball in at Texas. I forget what the stadium's called. But they're playing a specialty game there. Which Kevin Durant has talked about like multiple times in interviews this week about how much that city, you know, meant to him, how many fond memories, how he revisits back all the time. It seems like he's pretty tight with that Texas community over there. So going to see back to his kind of home crew where the journey all started, you know what I mean? Playing in that familiar arena. I do like that kind of narrative thing, especially when you got fantastic offensive players playing together and you want to kind of be able to differentiate them. The other thing, I kind of like the Suns in this game, by the way. I was kind of surprised the spread was even right there because the Spurs, Wemby was questionable with illness. That's huge. I think.
Was he doubtful now? Is he doubtful?
I didn't want to say that, but I thought I saw it.
I thought I saw doubtful. I'm gonna pull up and check quick.
But I will say modern NBA, unfortunately, doubtful is not as what it used to mean. Unfortunately, with how they manipulate this shit now. But yeah, without Wemby in there, I mean, I think the pace is going to be way different. I think that's not being accounted for yet because if Wemby's not in this lineup, and we're talking about De'Aaron Fox led Spurs team. I don't think
baby, that's fast.
Exactly. We know it's fast. And when you look at that Spurs team, no one else is fast. So if you look at numbers without data in the past, you're going to go, okay, well, we're not seeing meaningful pace differences. I don't need to adjust my model, blah, 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 blah. This is a completely new team. We don't have this sample size, right? It's De'Aaron Fox as the 1A, 1B. We haven't seen that yet. So I think in this situation, without Wemby, you know, if he's injured or sick and he doesn't suit up, I think we have a really nice matchup right here against suddenly a Spurs team that's going to be a little bit faster, matching that pace, matching that energy. What I also like, the Spurs on the season are the second worst mid-range defense in the league. When you think of the best mid-range shooters, not only in the NBA, but maybe even of all time, Kevin Durant is on that list. So when you talk about a guy kind of getting to where he wants to go, obviously above the break threes have been really good for Kevin Durant as well this season. And I would expect a couple of those, but absolute mid-range demon. And this is a team that really struggles against the mid-range. When you look at the Spurs' best defenders, guys like Castle, I think he's going to give Booker a harder time. It's going to be his main assignment right there. They got a lot of wings on this team. I mean, good luck with Harrison Barnes on Kevin Durant. Good luck. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, Keldon Johnson.
Give him 3 minutes and sub his ass out.
But Keldon Johnson's not going to do better. It's worse. Like, Vassell, none of these guys are doing, I know he's small. Like, none of these guys are doing better. Wemby would almost have to be your, like, a little bit of a default option. He's not fast enough. He's not keeping up. So, like, it would have to be a team like guarding Durant by committee. And that's why I'm including the assist as well. I talked about earlier, safe baseline, good upside. That's what we always look for with combos. You want to have that upside. You want to have that double upside. Durant absolutely has it, especially if they're aggressively doubling him. If he gets out to a 20-point first half, he's going crazy. They're going to send that extra help, and he's going to find guys. He's going to find Beal. He's going to find Booker. He's going to find, you know, these other guys around him. So for me, I just think it's going to be another incredibly high usage game. You get a good matchup against a team that struggles to defend some of his primary scoring spots. And then now I think you could get a real underrated aspect of much increased pace with a De'Aaron Fox-led team on the other side, a little bit more of a faster score-heavy game plan. Like, for me, I just think a lot of things point to Kevin Durant tonight, and the fact that he's kind of in a very narrative-y spot, right, where he's at a place where he started it all, had a fantastic college season, like very well connected. Like, to me, I think that's like a nice narrative in a long season. Give him a little bit of motivation, because KD, he's very chill. He doesn't really get up for many spots. I think this one he might care about a little bit more. I know he's gonna have a lot of family, a lot of friends in attendance. He already talked about that in interviews. And also he's not going to be out here partying or nothing. Katie doesn't do that. He's going to pop a couple CBD gummies and go to sleep. So looking forward to it tonight. Definitely love the spot for Kevin Durant. Probably going to try to find maybe like some leading scorer and some other fun props for him as well.
I like that. I definitely like that. I love KD. I don't know if you know this. That was my I have his Texas jersey. He was my favorite player growing up. I have his Texas.
Oh,
jersey.
really?
Yeah. I have his Supersonics jersey in my closet over there. Never got the Thunder one. I thought the Supersonics one was too cool. I couldn't add on top of that. I have it in the closet. I might have to pull it out if you get the dub for us for this one. I'm gonna play one spot in this late game, and I told Stu what I was gonna play, and I actually pulled back on it because I like this one better. I'm playing Donovan Clingan again. Pulling back the big old Donovan Clingan here. Dude's been money. You give him minutes. This dude's per minute is ridiculous. This dude's per minute is nuts. We saw 21-7 in 23 minutes. Goes 31 minutes and goes 17-20 against Jokic, right? That was wild, dude. I was not expecting that from Mr. Clingan there. But just looking at some numbers, I'm going to use the last just using the last 5 games. If you want to use the last 2, because he's been playing more in those games with the injury to DeAndre Ayton. The last 2 games, dude's had like 22.5 rebounding chances, right? And this dude ain't moving from the paint, right? You look at some of these guys that we like to use, right? Sabonis, Kessler, Gobert, right? These guys that usually are right under the hoop. Clingan is actually tied with Sabonis as the closest guy in all these rebounds. 3.8 feet, bro. 3.8 feet. He's not moving from the paint. So on top of that, we love that. Dude's going to be underneath, doing whatever he wants. I mean, who's the center tonight? Like Jackson Hayes? Right? Are we going to be watching some Jackson Hayes here? Like, you could just sit his ass in the middle of the paint the whole time, because I'm not worried about anything that the Lakers are throwing at me on the outside from these guys. And coming off a back-to-back, I think that kind of keeps this game a little bit closer too, especially with them having to travel to Portland. Portland's been nice, guys. They've been nice. I've been saying it, man. They've been nice to us, making us some money. I think this is a great spot for Portland with this older Lakers team, and I just don't know who's going to slow him down, right? This dude has been an absolute menace, even on the offensive glass. But if I even see 25 minutes, I think we crushed this line. It's just the thing with Clingan has always been worried about minutes. We still have a Q tag on Robert Williams, but Robert Williams doesn't play more than 20 minutes either. So Clingan's going to get those minutes that Robert Williams isn't out there if Robert Williams plays. If Robert Williams doesn't play, we're seeing a 30-minute game from Clingan. This shit's smoked. Ayton's obviously out for a while. I think he's been fantastic there, and that's the only thing that's been stopping Clingan from kind of going off, right? But he's the guy you want to see here in the second half of the season. And maybe if they make a run into the playoffs, you got 2 bigs that are ready to go, dude, that can actually play at a high level in the playoffs where you actually need bigs. You know, in the regular season, you don't really need the bigs as much because it's kind of just spread the floor, everybody shooting around. But you get to the playoffs, man, you're going to have to be ready to go and be physical down there. So sign me up. I love Donovan Clingan tonight. I think I'm going to be playing his double-double as well. We cashed a double-double. We talked about on the show. I don't remember which one it was, but they didn't come out with it yet. I played it after the fact when they finally posted it. Cashed that one. I'm surprised if we get anywhere close to a nice number on these. They won't even drop I think the double-double right now is plus 140. We were getting like plus 250 on a couple of those. So sign me up for Clingan, baby. I think this is a great spot. And I mean, your guess is as good as mine who's playing for the Lakers tonight, since they're all like 45 years old. And you got Jackson Hayes as a rotation center starting for these guys. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting spot there, and I have no clue who's going to play as well. I don't know. I don't even want to guess. But I love Clingan. I brought him up on the last show to you. I asked, what you thought about him. Obviously, I know we both ended up playing him that night as well. Like, my hot take, I think, is Clingan would be really, really high, if not the favorite for Rookie of the Year if he went to like any other team. Like, he went to a team with 2 legit good center. Say what you want about Aiden, big contract, like proven performance, and then fucking Robert Williams. Like, you have 2 legit like centers on the team. Why are you drafting this guy? Like, I don't know. That was my frustration. But yeah, I like it a lot. It's a minutes thing, and like you said, when Robert Williams is your competition, like, you're both capped on minutes. You're both like the guy gets injured if he plays more than like 18 minutes a game. You can't do that. So there's going to be opportunity here, even if they play small ball. I think the Trailblazers are just going to go, okay, if you try to go small ball, try to rebound the ball. It's not good. We got a 7-footer that, like you said, he doesn't move. He's not going out anywhere. He's dominant on defense. Great shot blocker in college. I think that's something we're going to see progress even more. Like, he's staying put in right there. And I like what you said about the rebound distance. I know you're always on that.
I love that shit, bro. That's the DJ in me, I guess.
No, that's the good shit in you. That's the exact opposite of being a degen right there, looking at the things other people aren't. But no, love the spot. I'm a big fan of Klingon right here. And they don't have this, like, they don't have the size. It's Alex Len is the other guy, by the way. They picked up freaking Alex Len, who's just such a meme. Like, he's so, like, I don't know. He's such a, like, okay, like, below at, like, in my opinion, Alex Len is like the worst player that should have a job in the league, if that makes sense. Like, he's really bad, but like, he can like get 6 rebounds and 4 points in like 12 minutes a game. He's not like a terrible player or anything like that, but none of these guys are any sort of threat in the paint at all. So for me, I love Klingon in this game. I think he has a fantastic one. The only thing I'll throw in, just because I'll always throw it in, is blocks. I'll be playing blocks this way in one way or another, especially if Luka plays. I'd like it even more, because if Luka plays, you're going to see more lobs, you're going to see more centers involved, and that's where Klingon is just going to shut these guys down. So yeah, big fan of it. Love Klingon. And yeah, I'm definitely going to be riding with you tonight. And I see double doubles plus 162 on Caesars. That's the best right now. So honestly, not too bad.
Yeah, don't mind that one. Minus 105 on Bet365. I don't have that available to me. But hey, good looks if you have it. I would definitely go grab that number there. I know I got to be a little bit quicker today. I got to run my dog around some places. So, Stu, let's go through a quick recap here. And then I know a couple of my long shot guys, they don't really have anything out for them yet. So I might have to post them in the comments after. But we'll do a recap here and we'll figure it out.
Sounds good. We got Karis LeVert over 17.5 points plus rebounds minus 115. If it gets any higher, I would just say pivot to 13.5 points. I don't think I'd take another rebound above this.
Beautiful.
And then we got Kevin Durant returning to his college stadium. First time we got over 30.5 points plus assist minus 110.
Awesome. I'll be rolling with Tyrese Maxey tonight, facing off against the Celtics, over 30.5 points assists, minus 115. You can get minus 105 for Klingon here, but on Bet365. But if not, you can definitely pop over to DK. They have it right now at over 20.5 points plus rebounds at minus 120. Stu, what do you got for the people here? We got 25. You guys still popping in with us. It's dropping. Obviously, we just did our recap, so we got to get people popping in, grabbing the plays, popping out. Definitely okay with us. If you could hit that like button, we'd appreciate it. Anything for the people here, Stu, before we head out on this, what is it, Thursday? It was weird, man. I'm used to just being a Wednesday on here, and now it's like, oh, shit, it's almost Friday. So yeah,
facts. We'll literally be back here tomorrow, so it won't be too long of a break as well. But yeah, no, I mean, really just leave a like on the video, leave a comment. I'm excited for the second half of the season, man. I really think it's going to be a good one. I'm going for it. I'm going to start doing more like Instagram, YouTube shorts. I'm going to make a TikTok as well. I've never been in those streets before, but I keep hearing how awful everyone is over there. So I'm like, there's got to be opportunity. Like if you know what I mean? Like, so I will say, if anyone's watching still and you're on Instagram or you're on TikTok right now, please put in the comments or DM me any kind of gamblers you follow that you like or anything like that. I'm just curious. I just want to see like the graphic, you know what I mean? Just like I'm curious if you guys like any cappers on Instagram or TikTok, any non-Twitter apps. Please comment below in the comments or text, like email. I'm saying all the wrong things. Fucking DM me. Yeah, email me. What the fuck? DM me because I'm just curious. I just want to see like how the ecosystem, because I don't know anything about that stuff over there. I just know everyone says it's scammer central. If you think Twitter's bad, you should check out these apps. It's like, okay, let's go make them better then. Let's try to put some good shit in the ecosystem and hopefully someone will pick up on it. The only problem, NBA content is fucking hard to do because these injuries and lock and all that stuff. So I think I'm really going to ramp it up for baseball. I think I'm going to be doing it every single day.
We can do so. We should definitely add some shit this year for baseball for sure, especially when we have so many goddamn games, dude. And that's the fun stuff.
So for me, like that's the goal this new year. I want to do more like content stuff, more short videos. There's just 1 minute, like get them out there, and hopefully these other algorithms, give a little boost as well. So that's my only request. If you do have anyone you like on any of these other apps, just put it in the comments below. Just put their ad or something like that. I'm just curious. I want to start diving into some of these other realms, and you can follow my Instagram at Monotone Betting already. I have posted some stuff like in the past over there as well. So yeah, just excited to keep it going. Excited. Baseball not too far away, but still a lot of good NBA betting on the way.
Yes, sir. Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. We're cruising in already, man. We're 21 bets in. We're almost closing those 10. So appreciate all the support as always. We'll be back tomorrow. I might have to do another early one just because I don't know why kids are off school again. And I got to get into work a little earlier. I don't know, man. I swear to God, I didn't miss this many days of school. These guys just got no school. I'm going to have to go in early. I think I'm in at noon tomorrow. So we'll have to kind of connect on that. So just make sure you follow us over on Twitter. We'll tell you guys where we're at for times, and we'll be ready to go. So thank you guys so much. Have a good one, and best of luck on all your bets tonight.